A rather different day in Kansas. 2 practice sessions followed by qualifying. Some answers and a lot of questions after 1 hour of practice here. Martin Truex fast, Ryan Blaney fast, Erik Jones fast, but Jimmie Johnson way up close to the wall, as was Dale Earnhardt Jr. Almost lost it, he said, as did Kyle Larson. And Erik Jones slipped sliding away into the infield, and right at the end, Michael McDowell brings out the final caution flag of the first hour of practice. What will happen in this 90 minutes of final practice for the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series? The temperature's broken through 70 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. Track temp up from 81 when we started the day to 109, and still that wind out of the northeast. All that tension-filled music is doing it for me. I don't know. We've got 90 minutes to figure it all out and get you ready to qualify and get you ready for the race. What's the most important agenda here?
Okay, I'm going to tape this thing up solid. I'm going to put you 4 brand new tires on there, and I want you to go out there and run 197 miles an hour. You can do it.
Yikes! Over to you, Jeff.
That first practice was really just like a test session. Get all your heights right. Get a feel for the track. Try some things out. Now it's time to throw all that out, or utilize what you learned in that first practice and fine-tune. Get the speed out of the car for qualifying, but fine-tune and get ready for the race, even though it is a night race.
90 minutes, 5 sets of tires for both practice sessions and for qualifying. We'll see how it goes. Down to the garage area, Matt Yoakum.
Mike, you well documented the oh boy moments that several big name drivers had in that morning practice session, even with some rubber on the racetrack from the Truck Series practice on Thursday. Now, I spoke with Brad Keselowski, and he says it seems like this weekend Kansas is a little bit slightly different than what we've seen here in the past, because typically both the spring and fall races show a lot different balance-wise. He said this is going to be one of those weekends where loose is fast, and who can hang on to it best will have a great day. Right now, they're starting out in race setup. They'll swap over to qualifying setup later on. Jamie Little?
Well, since getting his first career win at Talladega a week ago almost, it has been a great week and a very busy one for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. On Tuesday, he went into the shop, took pictures with everybody, thanked everyone for being part of the team. It's been a long time coming, but it was Tuesday night, the big party. Fellow friends and competitors there, his crew chief Brian Patty all went out. I think they even did some karaoke, but they went way into the night. Ricky told me he came in at 4 a.m. and he actually went back into the shop on Wednesday morning, very dedicated, and he just climbed in the car and said, but now it's time to get back to work. We need to do it again, and they need to make their car better. It was too loose early on, and that's what they're focused on here, guys.
Thanks, Jamie. Here's the Go Bowling Ford Fusion, carrying the name of the race sponsor.
And that's what makes such a great story out of Ricky Stenhouse and Roush Fenway winning that race, because they've been trying for such a long time. When you finally get that win, you want to enjoy every moment you possibly can. Enjoy it with the people that made it happen, your family, your friends that supported you for such a long time. But right back to business, because you don't have long to enjoy it.
Joey Logano didn't have much to enjoy at Talladega, getting caught up in a big accident that took his Ford out of contention. Martin Truex, fastest in the first practice and fastest in this one, over Chase Elliott, Erik Jones, Almirola, and Blaney.
I just think that 78 car, I mean, we saw him last year dominate this race, had that problem in the pit with the set screw that holds the rotor onto the half there, but that car was bad fast last year, and he's picking up right where he left off from a year ago.
What is it about Kansas? Every car is blue. Every single car is blue, except that yellow one on the bottom. There's another one, and another one.
It's a trend. Hey,
the sky is blue, the cars
what
are
are the
blue.
trends on blue cars? I mean, what's the trend on blue cars, Larry? You got to have a stat.
I got trends on a lot of stuff. That's just not one.
I like blue. There's that iridescent blue on Dale Jr.'s car. There's this baby blue on.
Yeah. Remember when they would tell us to wear a blue shirt when we're doing TV and we'd all show them a different color blue?
Well, of course.
Because that's what we got
Here's
today.
my favorite blue that I've seen. This one really stands out.
I had a 70 Z28, that color. Mulsanne blue. It was named for the front straight, for the big long straightaway of Le Mans. white stripes. Oh, I missed that car.
I can tell.
I do. That was
Passion
fun.
came out of
That was a
your
fun
voice there.
car. I'd show you the picture of it on my phone, but, well, you know.
Eric Jones now is at the top.
All right.
I think both of those Furniture Row cars this weekend are going to be really, really tough.
All right, now, Cole Witt has an excuse. His car was blue last week for Arctic Coolers. I think it was blue.
But you know,
Was it black?
I think it was black last week.
No.
I don't know what
That
color
was midnight blue.
That was midnight blue, real dark. It was real dark blue. But you know, think about Eric Jones. He goes out there, he's running pretty fast in that first practice. He spins that thing off turn 4, down through the grass. They go in, straighten her up a little bit, beat around on her a little bit, look, right back to the top of the chute.
DW, I have a trend for you.
There you go.
There are 14 blue cars on track right now.
Wow. Is that the
Wouldn't take you
most?
long, Larry.
Larry, is that the most ever?
Most I've ever
Today. Most ever today, maybe.
Larry, I'll be sitting over here and I'll say something about a trend, and Larry's over there. I see papers flying everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Like, whoa, I got it, hold on.
Yep, show me something in blue.
Well, what I'm seeing right now is really no cars are in qualifying trim. Everybody has taken what they learned in that first practice, wants to go make another race run or maybe 2 race runs and fine-tune the best that they possibly can to get ready for the race.
Oh, turn 2. Kyle Larson, who almost spun it out.
Yeah, he's got
I
damage
think
to
he
the
got
right
a lot of
side.
damage this time.
In practice 1, Larson nearly spun the car off turn 4.
See all that damage back there on the right rear.
This time he does off turn 2.
Yeah, that might be, buddy. That's Chad Johnson there, crew chief.
Now, he was 16th quick. He'd run a total of 7 laps here. Look off in the distance to the right. Here he comes. Whoa.
Oh, he's riding that wall, and he gets this probably a little too high. Got the loose stuff. Round she goes.
Well, the track temp's gone up, so I wouldn't be surprised if they were able to tighten the car up if he was already loose in the first practice.
So that car went right in transition in the middle of turns 1 and 2.
Just think about where were we, Texas, when he was the only one that would even venture out of the bottom groove. And I remember Keselowski said, well, you know, he's going to go down swinging. Well, today he was up there in no man's land again, and he went down swinging this time.
We'll get a damage report on Kyle Larson when we come back to Kansas.